So I'd like to start by quoting the song from Fela, which is Beast of No Nation. And he used the words advisedly. He says, these disguising leaders, oh, now what for them? They're whole meeting everywhere. There is America. They call them United Nation. So Fela presses further to say, waiting united inside United Nation. No be dear Tacha and Argentina day during the Falkland War. So I would like to ask, waiting be the unity inside ECOWAS? No be dear Mali and Burkina day. Truth is, we deceive ourselves so much in Nigeria. It has not shown all of us that ECOWAS is split down the middle. Some other countries under military junta, under ECOWAS, are saying, we are not going to support this. Some other countries are advisedly and cautiously watching. If we go ahead, it will be the burden for Nigeria to bear alone. And that's why we must be cautious. And that's why I'm happy the Senate has also spoken as regards this. Secondly, wars cost money. We have an economic imbalance in our country as we speak. Thirdly, there are cultural ties between the northern part of Nigeria and Niger. We all know how we wanted to build a rail line into Maradi. So maybe if the rail line had been built into Maradi, would we have shut down the rail line or bombed the rail line now? Because we're having a war with Niger, or we want to go into a war with Niger, or want to have military action with Niger? These are some posers. Honestly, I feel the initial decision by ECOWAS to even suggest a military action was too hasty. And I think it has also hardened the school plotters or the scoopists in Niger. We could have exhausted every means possible before we looked at any last means possible. And even at that, a military action would not have been the best order of the day. Because like Mr. Fallon argues, you still even need to involve the United Nations, Article 53. So what? You can't just invade a sovereign nation. Secondly, what were we thinking about? Jean Afrique released a report recently about the state of health and the state and the conditions of President Bazoum. When he was first captured, he was kept under a basement. Afterwards, he was brought out, his phone confiscated. He hardly gets meals to eat. In a case where you invade, are we not putting President Bazoum's life in jeopardy? Apart from the cultural ties and all of that. Now we are seeing the true nature of things. And now some countries in ECOWAS are pretty much going to say, oh, it's Nigeria, you are the largest party here, go ahead and fight. And for also those that make the argument that, can't we go in and the UN will help, and the US will help us? I say, help what? When the US said they were going to back us up on the days of ECOMOG, did they back us up? I'm sure some other people will say the case is different. But we should be cautious because we will just get into a place where we'll be fighting a lot of proxy wars. At first, don't forget, you have Chinese interests there. In all of this, China has not said anything. Hope we all know that China owns the Suez refinery in Niger. That supplies the States. We have French or uranium interest there. Then we have American interest there. America has got a very big base there in the desert in Niger. So do we want to get ourselves involved in all this proxy war? If all these superpowers cannot agree amongst themselves, is it us with our own challenges that want to pull ourselves in? I think the Senate has led the way. And all the Senate has said, if I'm to summarize, and kudos to the Senate. When the Senate does well, I praise them. Kudos to the Nigerian Senate. All the Senate has said is that we should be circumspect in our actions before we take them.
All of a sudden, your senators, they don't be rubber stamp anymore. When it comes to maybe make with the share money, make with the distribute, they go cooperate with the president. But when it comes to the one where we say go affect their pockets, where we say go affect everybody, and be saying this one go affect only the poor. If they go to Niger and all these people they're tripping and Nigeria they're on their own, the Senate know they feel them. Waiting Rufai the talk. They go feel them. So this one they no go support the president on it because it has a negative impact on them too. They go feel them too. Because I saw their response and I was I beg, if not to share money now, they go ahead now. Waiting. if not waiting go benefit them, they go ahead. they will go ahead, but then this one no they enter. And I don't understand. We have investors leaving the country. We have so much happening in the country. And there should be another way to fix it. There should be another way to do it. And this is a wake-up call for Nigeria. Our leaders, they have to start thinking. They have to wake up because now waiting lead to this coup where we say they happen for Niger. Waiting lead to that coup. No be bad leadership and all those nonsense that you guys are doing. And some people don't talk, say, the reason why Tinubu, they run around, be saying they fear, say, you don't know what will happen for this place too. And that's now why people, they pray. Say, I have to make our military wake up. But they know if you wake up because even the Nigerian military are corrupt. So it's just too much going on. And I want to believe that Tinubu's administration, they will caution themselves, as the Senate has advise them, because if they don't caution themselves, people like me will be say, we don't get private jets, we don't get anything to jet out of the country. How we want to survive? These guys, they know how to japa if anything wrong. They know how to get out of the country. They could just run and they could leave just us for this country. Now they maybe, I don't know, maybe part of the way Tinubu want to impress Nigerians, not to the heart as if he get macho man. Make them apply wisdom, make them use wisdom, do this thing, because now Nigeria go lose. Now we go lose. Country where they borrow money to survive. To survive. Even the money will be saved, they borrow. They use them wisely. So how you want take even enter this kind of thing? How you want enter war? How you want start war? Who go finance them? I beg. Make you guys find something else to do. We know they do this. We know they do this at all on behalf of Nigeria. They tell us we know they do this. I'm speaking for Nigerians. I'm speaking for all of you. Ooh, this is a funny country. And I saw a post from Peter Obi responding to GSK exiting Nigeria after 51 years of operation. And said their reason for leaving Nigeria is even more disheartening. They are no longer perceived a prospect of the country as a business environment that will be anchored on. It's no more a business. It's no more an environment that is conducive for business because of insecurity, because of so much damages that has happened in the country, because of the leadership in the country. A lot of things are going wrong. A lot of things are happening to Nigerians. Nigerians cannot eat, and we think this is the next thing to do to start to start a war. To start waiting, say if the thing start, your family no go day here to collect. Most of you now, your family no go day here to collect. And I'm waiting, all the senators don't see me that say, forget it. This one no involve make we chop money. If not to chop money now, we go ahead. Anywhere where you will say you want put the military, I beg put them there. Well, we're waiting no involve make we chop money. Why we want put our head? Why we want start time? I beg Oga Tinubu apply wisdom. This one no go favor also. I love these senators. Jesus. God help Nigeria. The priority of this government is to start creating jobs for Nigerians by, and how would they do that? By making sure that the security in the country is good, by making sure that our power is working, by making sure that they take care of the petrol subsidy, where we say they just mess up everything too. They take care of those things, by making sure that Nigerians are living well, handling Nigerian situation, Nigerian concerns. Not starting war because they put you in one position to head ECOWAS, you be chairman, then you think say you get strong head. All this country where I beg, when I use wisdom. And someone don't talk and say Tinubu they hacked. After I don't hack, he go now think. He go now think. But the action don't spoil a lot of things already. So action before thinking. That is dangerous for the country. May God help us. Anyway, please do share this video. Let it get to everyone. This is Rufai responding or reacting to what is going on in Nigeria. As the Niger people, they don't talk, say forget it. Even we they close our airspace, nobody they enter. You try enter, you go face the consequence. You go hear them immediately. So instead of them bowing down, say they won't bow down to the threat of the ECOWAS, their heart is more hardened. And imagine this is how this whole thing they always start. When you know what you're supposed to do with people. Anyway, please do share this video. Let it get to everyone. We have our doctors on strike. Imagine doctors on strike in a country where government, the doctors on strike. And you don't want those doctors to travel out of the country. You don't want them to go anywhere. You want lock them up for this country where we say no they work. Which kind country it is? Please do share this video. Let it get to everyone. I pray that God will give Tinubu wisdom before he could just act without thinking. And God will give every of our leaders wisdom to act wisely. Not just acting, and after they don't act, we go now they control. We go they control waiting they don't do. We go they do damage control. I'm gonna share this, share them, let it get to everyone. I beg, share them. Share am abeg.